And yeah, I mean, it's just tough. And I kind of came to the decision, like I got rid of my Amazon Prime subscription. I got rid of all my streaming service subscriptions. Need to work out a way to cut down on Spotify. Every time I get that notification every month, it pisses me off even more. Like I think we have to revert back to stop being so consumerist in some of these areas, especially streaming, social media, and what have you, and just the amount of data and money that they extract from us each month to be able to use these services. And Netflix just announced, I think, another or another price increase. So it's like, yeah,
Uh,
we yeah, just get rid of it. I had looked up the other day about gardening, like gardening tips in Michigan, like when to start planting things. Maybe eventually we'll look into some chickens because the egg shortage, whatever, is terrible. And yeah, I mean, it's just affecting so many people's lives. The tariffs, uh, stock market, the 401ks being down, people that were planning on retiring. Like, we're getting to that point now. And I think the billionaires are trying to take back that power that they lost from COVID. And I mean, it's been happening since, the end of 2021 with the layoffs and what have you. But how is it like Mark Zuckerberg can spend 40, 50, 60 billion dollars on the metaverse and then come back around and make all these decisions and get rid of a bunch of people? Like, there really needs to be more regulations as to who you can fire, how many times you can fire somebody, and our reliance now on the stock market with 401ks and people investing in general, because the thought is that Social Security we pay into, but we're never going to see that money because by the time it'll be gone by the time we get up to that age. So it's really given public companies like so much more leadway to kind of do whatever they want, and has increased the amount of billionaires that we have, and thus has increased their power over our uh, elected officials. They don't care as much about us as the lobbyist that's paying them to have their second vacation house somewhere.
yeah, I agree with all of that. As a father, wife, sorry, not wife, husband. There you go. Uh, it's it's hard not to get um, scared, sad about the situation. Especially because it's out of our control. And I always preach to myself and to my wife, like, we can only worry about the things that we can control, but it's hard. We're comfortable, but if some major event would happen, like, we don't have the money saved. It's just been a hard last 4 or 5 years for us financially. Like, I've been going back to school, or I went back to school being a coding boot camp, and yeah, I leveled up my salary. I'm not gonna feel sorry for that, but at the same time, like, cost of living is also starting to catch up with that too. So it's almost like going back to the salary that I had before I started going back to, got into tech, or got a new job, right? So, um, I don't really have an opinion on the stock market or all the regulations that should probably come. Um, I hope they do something that's in the favor of the middle class, because we keep getting, screwed over and over again. I don't see myself, you know, either hitting lottery or thinking of some crazy tech unless, there's a crazy in demand for baking, right? Like, there's just going to be a surge of people getting married and they need a wedding cake. So it's just doing what you can control, and not easier said than done worrying about the things you can't control, right? So, like I said, trying to get more money in my wife and I's account, and that's what I can focus on. More money, hopefully less problems.